welcome back. So this morning I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I'm seeing a lot within the spiritual community, especially with manifestation coaches and things like that, that is very dark and very disturbing, and I want y'all to pay attention to. And what I'm talking about is there's a lot of teaching going on. There's a lot of selling going on, and pitching and marketing, right? And a lot of noise. A lot of information. Everybody wants to be a teacher. Everybody wants to sell a course. Everybody wants to be a godparent or a spiritual guru, a spiritual teacher. Everyone wants to be an authority figure, right? Which, cool. I believe that we all have unique gifts and sacred knowledge and ancestral wisdom that we should share with the world to help better this planet and do our, divine service. But what I'm not seeing a lot of is integrity and embodiment. Especially the embodiment part. I'll give y'all an example. And I'm not y'all know I'm not a hater. I don't like talking bad about people, but this set me off last night and was like the final straw to where I was like, I have got to put this out there. I saw someone on Instagram, a female feminine manifestation coach, pitching to her followers that her offer could help them manifest $1 million brand. I'm like, cool, I'm a businesswoman. I'm always wanting to learn about business and stuff. So I go to her page and I click on her links, and it didn't take me very long to realize that she herself, her business was not $1 million brand, which is fine. I'm not a millionaire, not yet. Girl, I will be soon enough, but not yet. Hasn't happened. That's not the problem. It's the fact that you are almost promising people these results that you yourself don't even have. You don't even embody that. You're not an expert. How can you be an expert at something that you don't even have? You haven't gotten there yet. And that's okay, but don't play with people's pockets and give all these fake promises and false hope and whatnot when you don't embody the thing. Okay? I'm going to use myself as an example. My business has been soul-led since day one. When I first started my business in early spring of 2021, I had at least $45,000 in my bank account. My daddy had passed away, and thank God he was an amazing parent and left me some divine provision behind in case he was no longer with me, and that's what happened, right? So when I started my business, it was not from a place of survival or need. I started it because I wanted to. Because I wanted to be creative and help people. And my spiritual gifts were just blooming. And I wanted to share them with the world. Okay? And there's definitely been ups and downs. But I made it a point from that first day that God was my boss. And I also always believe that God is my marketing team. And that the ancestors and the spirit guides are also my marketing team. And the angels and everybody. I think I've purchased ads on Instagram and Facebook maybe once or twice. I didn't like it for some reason. It didn't get me any results. And I'm just always asked God and the divine and my higher self to draw in the clients that they want me to help. That I'm meant to help. That are aligned with me. And that resonate with me and see me and value my work. I've always asked for that, right? And that's the way that I feel most comfortable. That's why I'm okay with not having hundreds of thousands of followers and stuff. Because when I connect with a client, I connect with them on a super deep level. I would rather have 50, or not even that many, let's say 25, deep connections with soul-aligned clients that feel like family than have 200 that I kind of connect with and that kind of connect with me. You know what I mean? Like, because my business is my purpose. It's intertwined. It's braided in with my calling. It means something to me. I pour my soul into this work. And I embody everything that I teach you guys to the best of my ability. I'm human. I make mistakes. I try to tell y'all to do your prayers a few times a week, right? Every day if you can, but a few times a week is okay. There's some days that I don't get to it, or I'm just not in that energy, and I need to kind of build up my spiritual energy and then go pray, right? So that I can connect to spirit more, and that's okay. But anyone that's very close to me or a very loyal client of mine will tell y'all that I embody everything that I teach. I live this fucking life. I tell y'all to cleanse yourself on a regular basis. I damn sure cleanse myself on a regular basis. I tell y'all to stay on top of your protection. I do my best to stay on top of my protection. Those are just two examples. And embodiment is something extremely important to look for when looking for a psychic medium, someone to do your reading, or looking for a godparent or a spiritual teacher. Like, do they embody the best that they can in that moment, the wisdom that they give you? You know? Because anybody can read some books or watch someone else's content and pitch information and regurgitate it back to you, but do they actually live that life? Do they actually embody what they practice? Their life does not need to be perfect, that's not what I'm saying. But it's a major problem. And I think this is one reason that the spiritual community and the coaching industry is going through a lot of shifts right now. Like, there's a lot of people leaving, and there's also a lot of people coming in. So it's just upside down. And the coaching community, unfortunately, does not have the best reputation, because what's been happening, and this is a little tangent, but whatever, what's been happening with a lot of the coaches is their niche, their goal is to coach other coaches and coach other people on how to coach. So then, because that's what the baby coach, that's all they know, then they start coaching other coaches on how to coach. And there's no other wisdom and knowledge being passed around, so it turns into almost like a pyramid scheme, like an MLM or something. And that's why a lot of people say, like, you're my spiritual coach, Nikki, and that's fine, but as of this moment, I don't label myself as that. I label myself as what I am. A high priestess, an initiated high priestess, a psychic medium, and a spiritual healer, and a spiritista, and a witch. That's who I am. I do a lot of coaching, but it's just, Lord. And a lot of, like, the masculine marketing tactics have never resonated with me. They're too harsh, they're too pushy, they feel very invasive and unwanted a lot of the time. Like, some people say it's too lax and, like, overly feminine, but I just show up and I talk and I spread my messages, and the ones meant to come to me will find me. And if they want a book, they'll book. If not, okay. Like, I invite my clients. I don't try to fish for clients, you know. And integrity, the other missing piece. And especially within the spiritual community, a lot of people are just here to make money. And there's nothing wrong with making money. We all need it to survive. That's no secret. I love money. I fucking love making money. I love making money, and I love spending money even more. But I've always done my best to do my work with integrity. Like, this is one reason that, like, for example, I rarely take clients for love work, for love spells. Because I've noticed a lot of the time when a client comes to get spell work done on a lover, the person has already shown them multiple reasons on why they shouldn't be with them. And I'm not here just to make money. Like, I have to answer to God. Okay? Because this is my calling, I have that responsibility on my shoulders. Okay? And I'm not going to do spell work to keep you with someone or get you back with someone that was bad for you in the first place. I'm not a sadistic person. I don't like seeing people suffer. I don't. And also, I work with high-level, aligned, loving, balanced spirits of high love and high integrity and justice and balance. I don't work with nasty, low-level, evil, earthbound spirits that just want to be fed a chicken because you made $200 off a client, and 100 of that you gotta spend on a rooster to give them to feed the work, only for them to cause chaos because they want to be fed again. Like, I'm not one of those practitioners. I have very high-level spirits that I have to answer to. Okay? And if you're not meant to be with that person, even if I did do the spell work, my spirits will block it and they will not carry out the work. They will not help. That's why I require clients to get a consultation before they can purchase spell work from me, to make sure that, number one, we're meant to work together. Number two, that I can achieve the outcome that you want if it's aligned for you and all that. Like, yeah. Not all money is good money. And I don't think that spiritual practitioners, especially the good ones, should undercharge and overgive. I don't believe that. But there's a lot of people that are not very spiritual, or if they are, they're spiritual in a bad way, meaning they're connected to the wrong things, evil shit, and they just want to make some money. Because anytime that you talk about people's faith and religion and stuff, in every religion, in every spiritual practice, you're going to have predators that come into that space to prey on people. It happens in churches, and it happens with witches and warlocks and priests and priestesses, unfortunately, and other spiritual gurus. You know? So that's just my little rant of the day. When looking to follow or be under the guidance of a spiritual teacher, just look for those two things. Look for embodiment and integrity. Okay? I love you guys. If you would like to book a healing session or a spiritual reading with me, you can go to sirensnectar.com/booking. I also have an 8-week one-on-one healing container. If you need more deep, intimate connection and transformation, you can go to sirensnectar.com/healing to look at that, and I will put those things in the description. And on my website, I also offer spiritual bath sets for different things, chakra baths, handmade 21-day ritualized custom amulets for different things, and I also have some cleansing soap that I swear by that's on my website. Okay? I love y'all. Thank you.